ends up being about equal, but what happens with Vici there is it's very much like it hurts the farm and item progression of a Lina and a Wyvern, but PL getting the last hit there on the Wraith King. It's basically like gold going from the supports over to the PL's hands because of those buybacks. Burning? This will be... he's fine. A little bit close.
Yeah, no eggs on Puppey this game.
And for Secret, very much the biggest problem there, just sticking around too long and over-committing, and that's where the buybacks will catch you out.
We saw later on in the fights, if the PL isn't controlled, he gets scary. But Burning, he's not going to opt to complete the butterfly. He decides he wants just more HP, more survivability as FY. It's aggressive in the dire jungle, blinks away from a vac. Will retreat out. 49 minutes in, a very tense game number 2. A win here, Vici Gaming will be a match point the rest of the series. A loss, we reset to a clean BO3.
Does not really feel like a 15k gold lead right now for Secret. Not with how Vici Gaming keep on holding their high ground. We've seen Secret go for that high ground siege like 5-6 times now this game, and every single time Vici Gaming, they have to maybe chew through a buyback or two, but very much not only holding the high ground, but finding key kills in return as well.
Looks like Envy wants another solution here to the PL illusions. He's going to grab a Maelstrom Gods. Eventually into the Mjolnir, but still, you imagine this PL 6-slotted, and I don't know if any amount of lockdown will do it without the Darkseer's help.
Yeah, one of the limitations right now for Secret is they also don't have any MKB for the PL, so bringing him down when he's got Butterfly, Skadi is going to be very difficult for Wraith King and Shadow Fiend.
Seems like nobody's building towards it either.
Yeah. Ideally, it's going to be your Shadow Fiend's next item, I guess, and possibly the Wraith Kings, although Abyssal Blade also very good against the mass BKBs on the side of Vici Gaming.
All right. Question for you guys. FY now has 3,800 gold. What is the Batrider game, or item here?
Do you dare Ag Scepter? It's pretty good. If you ever hit a 2-hero lasso, that's almost like the fight being won right there, but there's so much counterplay.
Big smoke, double smoke, FY. Look who gets the jump first. He fireflies, and it's Envy who jumps into the middle of the entire enemy team. Beautiful way to start. Then they catch on FY. They're going to burst him down. The BKB was committed, but it's far too late. Envy, quick on the draw, and now hunting for more. There's the Yules. Super sprinting towards safety. They're forcing the Wraith King around. Envy wants to go the other way. Stop pushing me the wrong direction. Ooh. But meanwhile, Weeha finds another kill. He brings down Fenrir on the Wyvern. So they grab 2. One of them, perhaps the most important team fight here for Vici Gods, has no buyback.
Defending your high ground without that Winter's Curse could prove difficult. Secret, no Aegis Cheese in hand, and they also do not know the buyback status of these heroes, and that's just where they'll be very cautious about pushing high ground. Against the Batrider, it's just, the game drags on. You never want to push a high ground against a team with a Batrider if you don't know their buyback status, and that's just where Secret will kind of slowly chip and siege, kind of like poke around to see what's going to come their way, put Envy on the high ground, hitting the racks with a Lotus Orb or Linken's, and whoever's in the front line has to have that fast Linken's Lotus Orb response should Vici Gaming initiate.
There's the 4-step forward, Highlight Eye with the initiation. But the back off from Burning, and now they're going to look to turn this. Super wants some sweet, sweet revenge. Looks to burst down Pi, but currently he's protected by so much. BKB comes out from Ice Size, the counter initiation for Misery, but there's the lasso, pulls Weeha in deep. Weeha, Butterfly was activated early, had the flutter going, but I think it just went off. Now FY getting choked down as Secret storm down mid. They only lose a Rubik, and they are looking for racks here, guys. Big objectives are what they want. Envy BKBs, he engages onto Ice. Actually not all that durable. Hacking away at him, and it's enough. Puppey getting the last hit. Actually, the last hit going to the Wraith King, but more importantly, he's dead. Super next. That's a dieback now on the Doom. The Batrider also out of the picture. He died back as well. The Lina unable to buy back, and this could even be the game.
Yeah, they're going to go for another lane of racks here. They just have to be wary of the Winter's Curse. Positioning is going to be key here for Team Secret as they push onto the high ground. Do not want any hero caught next to a Wraith King or a Shadow Fiend inside that curse. And
even if they all get wiped out here, they've got 4 buybacks, so Secret in a great position to take a second lane of racks, maybe even close out this game right now. Burning, going for a bit of chip. We will now engage further with Illusions. Weeha, dangerously low. The Ice Blast committed to try and kill them off.
Envy's lingering mid. He's waiting for like a pick-off to come from a defender, and that may be Fenrir. He can kill him from full HP as well.
Burning does hold buyback. He's the one hero that's got it now. Manta available. Can try and go on Puppey, but with the Lincoln Sphere, the Lotus Orb, there's so many ways to turn around on him. And they're going to jump forward. Zoning him back as Envy re-engages. He's got the ultimate available to BKB as well.
Then he hits
Secret
the
still want the second lane of Rax, but it's taking them a long time to get it. Just the tower down, they're very cautious about it. The illusion stacking up Envy. Looks like he should have the mana for the ult.
They spend a lot of time not attacking the base. Very much Envy trying to be cute in the mid lane, try and find a pick off. Secret, the rest of the team not really able to fully commit in the top lane as well. Weeha was very low, to be fair to him, and as a result, Vici Gaming just lose the one lane of Rax. I'm pretty sure they'll consider themselves lucky that it wasn't more.
Oh, they're gonna find a big pick, potentially bottom lane. The force staff used to break the linkets, and then out comes the lasso. Easy kill secured. Taking Misery off the map for 90 seconds, 80 seconds, but does have the buyback. So not nearly enough here by Vici, as they are now on a full lane of Rax. With Secret, very importantly, gods, they've got all 3 tier 2s still standing at 54 minutes.
Oh yeah, Secret, to be real about this game, they're miles ahead. They're now looking at 4 core heroes all approaching 20k plus net worth. And with Vici Gaming continuing to use and shoot through buybacks, we're not seeing item progression on heroes that need it. Heroes like Lina especially, the Doom as well. You'd like to see a Boots of Travel, a Refresher, an AC, whatever it may be in the late game, and these items just not available.
Fenrir's gonna swoop in, gets a little poke off on Pi. Now it's to back away, the Arctic Burn committed. They did force out the Darkseer buyback. In doing so, they may have also just basically given Secret this Roshan. Let's see, do they want to continue to fight? They've got the ward up the hill. FY, Lasso cooling down still for a couple seconds. He's going to have it now. Entire team doesn't see him coming, but they most likely suspect it, judging by their positioning. They know the Bat's going to be the first one in here. Puppy hanging around, dealing with illusions. In goes FY, he doesn't get the Lasso off right away. The Linkens is protecting Puppy, and now they're going to be forced back. Super also trying to retreat out. Doom does go against them, but it's stolen now by Pylai Dai. He's going to look to chug a Doom out the other way. Doom dead by his own sword. They still hold a lasso. They are going to try to control the Shadow Fiend with BKB already committed. He can be focused down by Super. They will match to kill up the Shadow Fiend, but it comes at a bit of a cost as now FY still not using the lasso. May die to neutrals. Even the Centaurs want him dead. But Burning's healthy, and Burning may look to go back into the pit now. They committed an Ice Blast there. It is cooling down soon. Dire buybacks now, gods. Ancient Apparition back in the fray.
Yeah.
They've got the full complement of heroes with Doom down. They still have the Winter's Curse, though, and FY's going to jump in. He doesn't get anything off, but it sets up the curse! What a curse by Fenrir! Is it enough? They'll bring down one. The Ice Blast is there. Onto Super it goes, but Burning hacks away, and they may not be able to deal with him at this point. Eternal Enemy's tried. He does have the damage. Takes him down. Burning has a buyback if he wants to commit it. Does he want to risk it? Will he just be forced to sack this Aegis? You betcha, Burning's coming back. And it's all the way to bot. Okay.
And he won't be able to find kills off this. Very much just a kind of zoning buyback. Will keep Secret away from the Roshan pit. And it's, wow, they're going to buy back even more here. They really want to commit for this Roshan, knowing that Darkseer and Puppy on the AA have both died back. That's at most 3 Secret heroes who can come to this fight.
They're going to get the Aegis and Cheese here. It looks like pretty much uncontested.
Costs
but they're
them a
still
lot
tier
of money.
2s. Mid is getting pushed in. The tier 4s are taking heavy damage for this. And it's not even 100% guaranteed. Pylai Dai. Will he go for a big play here? Doesn't actually vision in the pit. Envy's going to give it to him. And now they engage. The BKBs get popped up to the high ground. He scoots away, just trying to hang on. This is giving them time to focus on Envy. But remember, he's got the ultimate. They've got to burn all his mana if they want to kill him off and Burning. Oh, nice cold embrace. That'll keep him healthy. Still plenty of mana on Envy. He's going to have the second life. He's stalling. Burning says, screw it. I know I can't kill him now, but I can go for the Aegis. He gets the Aegis. Pi snags the cheese. He's going to pay with his life for that, though. For his insolence. And now, Ice, 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 jumping forward. Envy does have a buyback. He's caught out. This could be the turn for Vici. They're going to bring down Envy as well. Weeha, I believe, was just scouted for a glimpse. He'll jump away. Tier 2 falls top. This is an opening. Vici now have an exposed lane of Rax gods. They could go for it, but Darkseer's coming in 4. Ancient Apparition at 12. This will not be easy. And should they falter, they may just lose right here.
Wraith King and Rubik ready to go. This is a full-on 5v5 engagement that Vici Gaming are heavily out-itemized in. These buybacks that they've been continuing to chew through really hurting their item progression.
Now Burning, it is still not an Aghanim's upgraded ultimate for the AA, so probably not enough to kill Burning, but it's going to still do quite a bit of damage here. Slow down the push, the illusions stack up, but Secret, they're okay with losing this tower. It needs to be more damage from Vici if they want to call it a day. and consider this fight a win. They surge Weehaw, threatening to jump forward. Burning, though, is healing up a bit, and he's able to stay in this fight. The salves are being ferried out. They know that this is their time to strike, and now they're going to bulldoze FY, killing off the Bat, who has no buyback. He's dead for 80. The back on Ice has just the Centaur Stomp, lets it go on Weehaw. That's some AoE control. They need that F3! Hero stunned by Super! Almost enough to finish off Weehaw right there, but he scoots away towards the fountain. Can they finish the job? They ball back on Envy. They're really all in for this fight, and Burning too, continuing to work on these heroes as they hunt his friends. Getting home barely is Ice. Retreating out as well as Burning. They have lost 3. The Wyvern has buyback. The Bat does as well. The Lina, no buyback for 87 seconds.
I mean, again, Pi, stealing a Laguna Blade there and turning it around in Super's face, that was just some insane play. You gotta love, like, just the amazing shot calling coming out from BG Gaming to use those buybacks, to go for the Aegis, go for an incredibly risky but almost necessary play there to push the high ground. They were down by almost 30,000 net worth in total and starting to pull things back their way, but now they're gonna have to look to hold and defend. 3 heroes down, one of them the longest respawn on Lina without buyback. Things get very difficult for them here.
There is a glyph. It looks like Bat should be able to save his buyback, which is finally available. FY didn't have it when that fight started, but just got the gold towards the end of the fight. However, Wyvern may not have that luxury, gods, as Secret march in. Top lane of Rex is exposed, but Burning starts to administer some punishment here to Weehaw. Lotus Orb Blink is protective. There's the jump in from Highlight Eye. He does have the Stolen Laguna. He's already committed to try and turn the fight. Burning unable to fight through this. He wants to hang on to that Aegis, but it won't be possible. He's going to lose it as FY runs over and floats with Flame, trying to find the pick, and it will be Envy they go for. The mana, oh, it's not, it is barely there. Looks like he's coming back, just had it in the end. Round 2 for him, but the whole team scrambling out of the base. They have yet to crack the Rex. They just can't seem to get the job done. Now Burning charging forward again. FY's on the move, doesn't have a lasso. Even the Shadow Blade for a bit of extra mobility through these fights. But top. Creeps are winning the game for Secrets in the top lane. A barrage of auto attacks. This will be death by 1,000 cuts. If BG can't find answer soon, the throne also exposed. The base is crumbling. BG Gaming, they might be coming out in okay shape through the skirmishes, but their base is taking the punishment instead.
Yeah. Who would have thought a 60-minute illusion rune could do so much? That was a Wraith King Illusions pushing in the top lane with the creep wave, bringing them down. And suddenly Secret get a lane of racks in just the most unexpected way.
All right, gods, you're the captain of Vici now. You've lost almost all your Rex here. Bottom lane's exposed. You know Secret's way up in terms of items. What do you do?
That's an understatement. You go all in. You do exactly what you did when you pushed in that top lane. I think that was some fantastic decision-making from BG Gaming, even though it didn't lead to them getting a Rax or anything. This is desperation time. You've got to just go all out and just try and find a way to break through. Burning, wait for his buyback, I would say, so he can at least TP back in and have a second life in that all-in fight. Save that last smoke for your PL buyback and just go all out. And you've just got to take a fight to Secret in like an unexpected way.
This could make things interesting.
Okay.
Bernie will get the DD rune now up to about 600 damage per auto attack, but Envy's the one who jumps in first. Ice as well, popping his BKB, going deep. Who's he gonna do? It's Pilot Ice. Stop trying to steal my spells, man. Leave me alone. Now Super jumping as well. There's the stun, looking for the Rage King takedown, but he steals the ultimate. FY gets up the lasso onto Weehaw, trying to control him. Then the curse from Fenrir again. Secret in a bit of trouble here, but the Ice Blast to turn it. Burning, poking and prodding. Does he have the firepower? No. The PL's down. No buyback for a minute. This could be it. God's 3 dead. FY TPing out. No, it's canceled. Pi does it again, and he's dead as well. 4 with dead with no buyback. And just like that, a best of 5 has become a best of 3.
I don't think there's ever been such a tense, close game with a 25k gold lead. Each of these fights so close, every single buyback mattering so much, and somehow BG Gaming just being able taking it to Secret time and time again, despite the massive gold disadvantage.
Game 2 goes to Secret, guys. What was once a best of 5 is now 1-1. Meaning we effectively will have a best of 3. And to break down this crazy game and to look forward to Game 3, the midway point of the Nanyang Grand Finals, we headed back to Coddle Guy and the rest of the analysts.
Thank you, LD and Gods. Back at the panel, of course, with Lumi and Merlini and Winter. Game 2 in the books, this one going to Secret, but what another ridiculous game. These are those kind of games you just can't prepare for. How do you emulate games like this in your scrims? You just can't. I guess the saying goes that when the game goes late, shit just hits the fan. How do you work with this kind of stuff, Lumi?
I think this is where the more experienced player, the more experienced team really pulled through, right? Late game decision making, buybacks, item choices. I mean, when you talk about an AA getting a Hex, Lotus Orb, Lincolns, you don't see that kind of game every day.
Certainly not. We got to rewind this one. Let's go back to the laning phase a bit. Fiji Gaming put together more of a greedier lineup. They had F1 and the Bat Rider. It seemed like he was pretty uncontested. Secret, did they not have much of an option to do so, or that they just had to let it go that way? And do you feel like Vici just had a stronger start?
VG had way too good of a start, but it was kind of like a 25 to 35 minute phase where FY just died a couple of times, and Secret were really prepared for his smoke ganks, and then they lost a gem, and they kind of threw away the early delete that they had. But you can kind of see it from their point of view, right? They are more comfortable in their late game, so they just had to like buy time and stall the game a little bit longer. But they got overconfident a little bit, and Secret, I thought their itemization was brilliant too, with the Lotus Orb Rush, no Scepter on AA. That's the standard build, right? Midas into the Ags, but with the Lotus Orbs, they countered all these single target BKB piercing ultimates that was the core of VG's draft.
It's ridiculous. You're jumping into these fights. You're trying to play as a Bat Rider, and you see the Lotus Orb, the Lincolns here. You don't know who to target, who to force staff, how to get out in the right time. It's just out of control. What do you think, Winter, about VG's Gaming's performance? Do you think there just might have been one too many execution errors, or really is it just, can you really blame them?
I think that they just made a few very crucial errors in terms of getting picked off. Like the gem where Ben mentioned, it was very, very crucial. They needed a gem to buy time so that they could have actually removed a lot of the vision that Secret had. Because they lost the gem, Secret just had map control, so they could just actually take Roshan repeatedly and just use the Aegis to just push the high ground. The timing came too soon for Vichy to be able to defend their high ground. I mean, they have a lot of good D push with the Dragon Slave.